Welcome to Ancient Echoes, Coins and Culture of the Ancients, the channel that takes you on a captivating journey through the intricate tapestry of history, numismatics, and the rich cultural heritage of civilizations long past. I'm your host, and together we'll dive deep into the fascinating world of ancient coins. Those small, metallic windows into the past that reveal stories of empires, trade, artistry, and the essence of societies that once flourished. Join me as we uncover the secrets behind these small but powerful artefacts, exploring the tales they tell about economies, politics, art, and the daily lives of our predecessors. We'll venture into the remarkable cultures that minted these coins, decoding symbols, inscriptions, and designs that carry the echoes of distant eras. So, whether you're a seasoned numismatist, a history enthusiast, or someone eager just to discover the hidden gems of antiquity, Ancient Echoes is your gateway to the enthralling world of coins and culture from ages gone by. Today we're going to be talking about roads in ancient Rome and the benefits of them and how they've developed. So to start off with, we'll begin with the statement, all roads lead to Rome. The advantages of the site of Rome included its excellent transport links by river and by land. It stood at a fording point in the navigable river Tiber, allowing it to control important ancient routes in central Italy. As the city's territory grew, good roads were a vital way of connecting it to the wider world. In 312 BC, one of Rome's earliest road building projects was commissioned by a Roman politician, Appius Claudius Caesius. The Via Appia, named in Appius's honour, ran to the south of Italy. Later magistrates added other great roads to the network, often in conjunction with programmes of city foundation and land surveying and distribution, adding up to a potent statement of Roman power over conquered landscapes and, by extension, people. The emperors followed suit, recognising the importance of good roads for controlling their empire and maximising the passage of goods and people. Roman roads in antiquity were famously straight, tending to disregard natural obstacles in their quest for a direct route. This preference for straight roads was also a reminder of the sophistication of Roman surveying, which could determine the right direction to aim, and of the ability of their engineers to create the necessary cuttings, embankments, terraces, and even tunnels. Roman roads were generally well engineered, with a cambered surface for drainage, compacted layers of gravel of different grades, and, where necessary and possible, paved surfaces. There were quarry beds of hard-wearing volcanic basalts conveniently near Rome, which gives the ancient roads in and around the city the characteristic appearance that you see in photographs of Roman roads. Drainage ditches, curbs, milestones, and, in towns, pavements and stepping stones added further sophistication. The empire's communications infrastructure included way stations, and even a network of imperial messengers to carry important official dispatches. Emperors took pains not only to extend and restore Rome's road network, but to let people know that they had done so by putting images and inscriptions on their coins. And right now I've put up a coin of Trajan, complemented by his commemorative arch at Beneventum, where his extension of the Via Appia began. This is a reminder of how important these road networks were as the arteries of the empire, as military highways, as avenues for trade, and as symbols for the Roman peace, the Pax Romana, that kept the roads and seaways open for travellers. Now, if you look at the coin on your screen now, the obverse is a portrait of the Emperor Trajan, and on the reverse is a female figure sitting down, holding a wheel in her right arm, again just linking back to Trajan's roads and extending the Via Appia. Moving on, traces of ancient road surface survive in and around Rome. Roads entered the city from all directions, taking where possible the easy route down to the valley bottoms between Rome's hill spurs. The Via Familia came in from the north, running straight down the flat Campus Martius towards the Capitoline, the modern Via del Corso, ending in the Piazza Venezia. Following its route, a bit further east, the Via Salaria, whose name suggests an ancient connection to traffic and salt, ran from the Adriatic coast over 200 kilometres away. At the gateway now known as the Porta Maggiore, where we'll encounter some aqueduct remains and the tomb of the baker Eurysakes, in some of my other videos, 2 major roads branched out to the southeast, making the spot a good site for the eye-catching tomb of the baker. From the south, the Via Appia ran up towards the Circus Maximus. Today, its suburban stretches offer a rather gentle landscape of tombs and catacombs, but it was an important thoroughfare. The road to the port town of Ostia ran out to the southwest. Bridges led over the Tiber to the Transtiberum settlement on the right bank, the modern area of Transsevere, from where the Via Aurelia ran to Costa and Pisa. All of these roads needed to get through gateways in Rome's wall circuits to reach the middle of town, where a golden milestone in the Roman Forum, set up by Augustus, marked their symbolic meeting point and the heart of the empire. The 1st century AD author Pliny gives us an idea of the extent of this urban road network in his work Natural History, and I'll read a passage of that now. If a measurement is taken from the milestone placed at the head of the Roman Forum to each of the gates, which today number 37, it makes a total of 20 miles and 765 paces. To the edge of the built-up area, including the Praetorian camp, from the same milestone, but through the city neighbourhoods, the total measurement of all the roads comes to little but more than 60 miles. If someone were to add in the height of the buildings, he would come to a very reasonable judgment and admit that the size of no city in the entire world could be compared to Rome. Impressive as these roads were, there was no getting away from the problems of traffic. If you look closely, you'll see deep ruts worn in the hard paving stones by the passage of countless wagons on an image I'm going to put up now of a Roman road. Ancient authors also complained at length about the crowds, dirt and noise of the city roads. Attempts were made by Julius Caesar and others to regulate the hours in which heavy wagons could use the city roads, restricting them to twilight and nighttime movement, but in lighter daytime traffic could itself be a problem. The big arterial roads could carry huge crowds of traffic, and as a traveller moving deeper into the city, narrower local roads could bring hazards onto their own. Here, in this inscription here, the late 2nd century AD satirist Juvenal complains about the difficulty of getting about the night on a tight budget. And I'm going to read a passage from Juvenal's satire. The rumble of the wagons through the narrow winding of the streets, the cursing of the carter, caught in a traffic jam, would wrench a dozen seal from his sleep, or an emperor. And this passage here is talking about the noise during the night, as the emperors would attempt to redirect traffic to the night to kind of ease the daytime traffic, and he's just complaining about the noise that generated. And I'm going to add another section of Juvenal satire here to add to that. If the tycoon has an appointment, the crowd parts before him as he's borne above their heads in a huge litter. There's plenty of room inside. He can read, or take notes, or snooze as he jogs along. Those drawn blinds are most soporific. Even so, he outstrips us. However fast we pedestrians may hurry, crowds surge ahead. Those behind us buffet my ribcage. Poles poke into me. One lout swings a crossbeam down my skull. Another scores with a barrel. My legs are mud encrusted. From all sides, big feet kick me. A hobnailed soldier's boot lands squarely on my toes. And in this passage, what Juvenal's complaining about is the difference between rich and poor travelling through the city. The rich live in excess and they are carried above the traffic, while the poor, like him, are forced to be pedestrians, being crushed inside the roads and getting mud all over them due to the dirt. So just to conclude this video, I hope that gave you a good insight into the sheer expanse and intricacy of Roman roads, but also how in the inner city these roads could become very crowded, dangerous and very unpleasant and noisy in the evening and even during the day. As we come to the end of this episode of Ancient Echoes, Coins and Culture of the Ancients, I want to thank you for joining me on this exploration of the past through the lens of numismatics. The journey we've embarked on is just the beginning, and there are countless more ancient coins and stories to uncover. If you've enjoyed this episode and want to continue delving into the captivating tales of ancient civilizations, be sure to subscribe to our channel so you never miss an episode. Until next time, I'm reminding you that the echoes of the past are still all around us waiting to be heard. Thank you for tuning into Ancient Echoes, Coins and Culture of the Ancients.